All right, back here at Remedies Renewing Lives, and we've got Gary with us. And what is Remedies Renewing Lives, Gary?
Remedies Renewing Lives is addiction treatment services and domestic violence. We've actually been around since 1955 as far as addiction services, and it's continued to expand. A big part of what we do is treat opioid addiction. When I started here a few years ago, we had 39 people in our methadone services. Right now we have 395.
Wow.
And these are people that are coming here for medication pretty much on a daily basis. We're talking about opioid addiction primarily, is why they're on methadone. But we also provide drug-free services here. People that are involved, they get into recovery, get in 12-step models. A lot of people, they have a lot of misunderstanding about treatment, and specifically when you're looking at methadone. I look at, for some people, methadone is no different than for a diabetic having to be on insulin. Okay. And so we have people in our services today that I've been here, like I said, a little over 20 years. Some people have been here longer than I've been here in our methadone services. And there are other people that might be here only for a year and get involved with abstinence and are able to make a 12-step recovery.
So for folks who might be watching that might have an issue, easy for them to reach out to you to get that help they need?
They can just pick up the phone and call us, and they can come in for an assessment. Usually could be admitted to services within a day or two. And then the other big part of our services is domestic violence. Right across the street from here is a 62-bed domestic violence shelter. Mm-hmm. And probably our biggest referral source is Rockford Police Department and the Sheriff's Department. When people are involved in volatile situations, they need a place that they can be safe. So that services has continued to expand. We're not only providing services here, but we also have offices in Belvedere for both substance abuse and for domestic violence.
All right, we're just getting started with Gary here. We've got so much more we're going to cover over the next hour and a half or so. We'll even get out to that mobile unit coming up here in just a bit and talk about ways you can help with the big golf outing too. Right now, though, we'll send it back to you in the studio. Hey, back here at Remedies Renewing Lives, got Laurie with us. Hello, Laurie.
Good morning.
And again, you're just a bundle of joy. And this is a very serious, though, situation that sometimes you have to deal with here at Remedies Renewing Lives. I mean, everything from addiction to domestic violence, but you guys are here to help the community.
Yes, we are. We're here to help the community. Remedies Renewing Lives saves lives. Fits its name well.
Yes.
We're here every day. We have our patients coming in, either for methadone or treatment. We do outpatient treatment. We do medication-assisted recovery. We are now launching our mobile van, which is very exciting.
So we're going to get a chance to head outside and take a look at the mobile van. I heard it fire up while we were in the other room with Carrie. And again, you're really getting out there in the community. And he also mentioned that you're over in Boone County as well, in Belvedere.
Yes, we are in Boone County. We have an office in Boone County where we do intensive outpatient treatment and outpatient. We have DV services over there, advocates, and we also do gambling services. We have a mothers and children's program for pregnant postpartum women, so they kind of share the office between Belvedere and here, wherever that patient is. So we have a doula attached to that program, which is very exciting, and we also have recovery coaches. So they go out to the community, they follow the client through their pregnancy. We've probably had 16 babies, which are all drug-free. So we're very excited for that program also.
We'll chat more with you coming up in just a bit. We'll get outside and take a look at that mobile unit, all right here at Remedies Renewing Lives. We'll send it back to you in the studio. Don't you love this office, by the way? And hang on, I gotta grab this. And they're telling me to wrap it up, Laurie, but I have to take a look at your little...
My sweeper.
Yes, it's perfect. All right, we'll send it back to you in the studio. And look at those shoes she's got, too. Those are perfect. All right, back here this morning, Remedies Renewing Lives. And Laurie, just give us an idea of what this mobile unit does here in our community.
Okay, this is our medication-assisted recovery unit. What we do in the community, let's say we do the whole northern region. So if we have a patient who may be in Winnebago County Jail or Boone County Jail, the nurse would call us over there, and we would get that client involved in our services if they already are not. What happens then is our armed security guard and the nurse will get that methadone and deliver it right to the jail.
And walk with me here. Let's just go through the motions. They would come right in here, correct?
Come right up into here for dosing.
And then you would have, obviously this is staffed right here.
Yep, this is where the nurse would be back here.
Okay.
So what happens here is that the nurse gets the client's name, sees their ID, and then they are dosed from the nurse.
And all this happens mobile. We got Gary back there too. Let's jump around and join him inside the unit here. And again, Remedies Renewing Lives, for folks who might need your services, they can reach out to you, correct?
Yes, they can call our number, you can come by, they can scan the van, it goes right to our website. They can call us, and we take referrals.
So we jump in here, again, everything's heated. You talked about how you have security with this as well, correct?
Yes, it's very secure in here. As if you look around, you'll see cameras all over. We have security inside and outside, so there's cameras both in and out, so we're very secure. We are alarmed right here. As you see when you walk in, we have a doctor who can do telehealth, or we can have a nurse practitioner on the van doing physicals, so we can do that right here.
We're just getting started this morning. We got another hour and a half to go, so can't wait to jump more into this topic with both of you coming up here in just a bit. Remedies Renewing Lives. We'll send it back to you in the studio. All right, that's a quick check of the forecast details. We happen to be in the mobile unit here with Remedies Renewing Lives. Gary with us. And Gary, how did this whole mobile unit come to be?
The unit came about a little over 2 years ago. We were approached by the state asking if we could help support providing methadone services for people in the Galena area.
Okay.
Well, it's obvious Galena is not next door. It's an hour and a half drive.
Yeah.
And we were having clients coming back and forth from Galena to Rockford. And at about that same time, the state of Illinois made us aware that there's going to be opiate settlement money available to expand services. So from there, we went through the whole process of getting this vehicle built for us. And we cover everything from Galena to McHenry, so it's all northern Illinois. It only got licensed about 2 months ago from the DEA, so it's all been recently. We're currently providing services in Winnebago County Jail, with the health department, working with them, Boone County Jail, and looking at Carpenter's Place and other places that will be going to provide services.
How often is this vehicle out?
The intent is that it's out all the time.
Okay.
I mean, there's going to be a full-time nurse practitioner that will be with the vehicle. Again, we just got started with so it's getting on the road and getting our services known. And a big part of that is like what we're doing right now, letting people be aware that this service can be available. And really, it's life-saving, because when you really look at a lot of people that come through our doors here, their drug of choice is fentanyl, and people that are on fentanyl, often without using something like methadone, that's where you're dealing with potential death from overdoses.
Okay, all right. We'll chat more with you coming up in just a bit. Big golf fundraiser too that'll be coming up here in the near future. Much more here with Remedies Renewing Lives in just a few minutes' time. Back into you. Pleasure to be able to chat with you, Gary, here about Remedies Renewing Lives. And again, for folks who might be getting up on this Monday, getting their work week started, what does Remedies Renewing Lives do?
I guess the best way to actually say what Remedies, it's life-saving. I mean, and I was thinking this past week, and a couple times I saw the Rockford Police Department pull in next to our shelter. You know, when somebody needs, if somebody's in a domestic violence situation, we're here for that person. If it's helping them with the shelter or order of protection in the courthouse, those are services that are vital for that person and needs safety immediately because of a domestic violence situation. The other part, again, is the addiction services, which you just saw the mobile van. Yeah. But again, we probably treat about 2,000 people a year for substance abuse treatment. That's either through the methadone services or people that are here for drug-free outpatient services.
All right. For folks who might want your services, what do they do? Can they visit you? Do they go to the website?
They can visit us. They can go to the website. They can call our phone number. Just call and say, I want to reach out to get some help. We can set up an appointment for them to come in either that same day or the next day. We have people that are trained as assessment counselors for substance abuse, and for somebody who's fleeing a domestic violence situation, they can just call us and come in if there's a bed available, because often we're full.
We should really say too, Gary, that we're being selective on the shots that we're providing here this morning because you're open for business right now, and you have clients that are coming in and out those doors.
Right now, we open up at 5:15 in the morning. We medicate people till 11 o'clock in the morning, and recently we became aware that we're going to be additional funding, so we're going to be open till 6 o'clock in the late afternoon.
Okay, all right. We'll chat more with you coming up here in just a bit. We're live at Remedies, renewing lives on this Monday. Right now, we'll send it back into you. All right, welcome back here. Remedies, renewing lives. Got Gary with us, and let's talk about that big golf outing. It comes up on June 4th.
June 4th, it's our 19th annual golf outing. It's at Aldine. Usually we have 120 to 130 golfers.
Wow.
It's probably our second biggest fundraiser. We have a gala that's usually in middle of November.
Okay.
And most of our services here there's no charge. Either they're covered through insurance or Medicaid or grant covered. So when we get these kind of fundraisers, it really helps offset the cost of all the services that we provide.
Yeah. And again, just to do a lap around, talk about what Remedies Renewing Lives does here in our community.
Again, actually one of the things that we talked just a few minutes ago is we provide gambling treatment. And what we're not saying is anybody that gamble has a problem. We're talking about for the person that it creates negative consequences in their life. Just like it's no different than somebody that uses alcohol. There's nothing against somebody having a social drink. It's when it gets to the point of creating other problems. So our primary issues here is helping people with domestic violence situations, substance abuse treatment with a huge emphasis on people that have opiate addiction. And then the third part is also gambling treatment.
All right. And coming up, we'll get a chance to look at that mobile unit that you've got.
Right.
So much more happening here with Remedies Renewing Lives, and we'll check back in with you coming up next hour. Right now, we'll send it back to you in the studio. All right, that's a quick check of the forecast details live here with Remedies Renewing Lives. And again, we were talking with Laurie, and this mobile unit is very important to your mission here as we head out into the community, right, Laurie?
Yes, it is. So our mobile MAR unit is pretty new. We launched it in February.
Okay.
So we do go out to our community partners. We do have memorandums of understanding with Boone County Jail, Winnebago County Jail, Carpenter's Place. So we are all over the place. So wherever the need is, if we get a call for a referral and we have an understanding with that, we take referrals in. We also work with Rosecrans.
So what happens then in this mobile unit?
So what happens in the mobile unit, if we get a patient, they will meet with a doctor or a nurse practitioner either in person, or we do have telehealth. So the doctor can do telehealth while there's a nurse here. So our nurse is always on the vehicle, and they would do the telehealth with the doctor and the nurse. So that client is seen, the doctor sees them, prescribes methadone.
And just pop back in here with me if you don't mind. They will come in the back of the mobile unit, correct?
Yes, they will come in the back of the mobile unit here. So there is a door right here. Or if you need a wheelchair lift, we have a wheelchair lift. So the client will come in here. They're logged in. They already have the methadone in the safe. They will take it out, and they will give their client their dose.
All right. A lot of hard work happens here at Remedies Renewing Lives, and it's not just this mobile unit either. I mean, you're dealing with domestic violence, gambling addiction. There's so many things that fall underneath your umbrella.
Yes, there is. We have a 62-bed domestic violence shelter and advocacy service for outpatient. We do gambling services. We do groups assessments. So we do that in both offices in Belvedere and in Rockford.
All right. We'll chat more with you coming up here in just
Thank
a bit.
you.
Right now, we'll send it back to you in the studio here live. Remedies Renewing Lives. We'll talk more, too, about their big golf outing that comes up on June 4th. Back to you. All right, that's a quick check of the forecast details. Again, we've been hanging out here with Remedies Renewing Lives. Gary with us, and you got that big golf outing coming up June 4th, correct?
June 4th, again, it's a luncheon that starts at noon, and 1 o'clock is tea time. It probably takes 4 or 5 hours. It's just a good time where people that support the agency, we usually have, like I said, between 120 and 130 golfers. A lot of those are people that have supported us over the whole 19 years we had golf outings. We still have room, so if anybody's interested, feel free to contact Remedies and sign up for a fun day.
And again, the funds raised from this help what?
The funds raised help people that can't afford services. That includes domestic violence, that includes substance abuse treatment, that includes gambling treatment. We do have grants that cover some of this, but in the last couple of years, there's been some major cutbacks on different federal funding for domestic violence, and this is a way to help offset some of those cuts that have happened.
All right. And if folks do want to be part of this, what do they need to do? Go to your website, give
They can
you
go
a
to
call?
the website, they can give us a call, 815-962-0871, and just say you're interested and ask for Jen Bounds, and Jen can get you signed up for a fun day.
And again, Gary, let's just talk about Remedies Renewing Lives. I mean, what's in a name? It's obvious, but what do you do here? What's your mission?
Well, the whole issue of when you say renewing lives, a lot of people, when they come here for either domestic violence services or substance abuse treatment, it's not like they're saying, boy, I'm glad I'm here. And what I mean by that is that whatever got them into the situation of calling us often could be life-threatening. When they're here, it's the whole idea of how do you start getting your life turned around. Some of us have gotten involved with the program, and it talks about a day at a time. And really what we're saying is, what do you have to do today to get your life turned around? If you're in a domestic violence situation, or if you've been involved with substance abuse over a long period of time, how do you get to the point of looking at abstinence and potentially involved with other services here?
All right. We've got much more to come with you coming up next half hour, so stay with us. More here at Remedies Renewing Lives in just a few minutes. Back into you. Hey, real pleasure to be here this morning at Remedies Renewing Lives. We've got Gary with us, and let's talk more about your mission here at Remedies.
Mission of Remedies is really twofold. One is substance abuse treatment, and it's primarily adult age. And as far as domestic violence, in our shelter right now, we probably have kids that are under the age of 3 up to adults. So when it comes to domestic violence, it's family members and significant and the adults that are fleeing for getting their lives saved.
Yeah. For folks who might need your services, do they reach out to you by giving you a call? Do they come here to this location? I know we're open right now. You open at 5:15 this morning.
The address is 220 Easton Parkway for domestic violence and 215 Easton Parkway for substance abuse treatment. There's 2 buildings that are right next to each other. If somebody needs help, they can come here direct. We're open from 5:15 in the morning until probably 5 o'clock for substance abuse, and domestic violence is 24/7. So anybody that's really dealing with a domestic violence situation, they can call us at any time for help.
We were talking about assistance, and you got that big golf outing that will help folks who might not have access to insurance, that type of thing. That is a concern for a lot of folks, is how can they pay to have these services? And
it's not just the golf outing. We also have substantial people that give major donations to Remedies that have supported us over the years. Previously, the name of this agency was Phase Wave, and I remember talking to somebody recently, said, well, I was talking about Remedies, and they said, well, there's an agency that saved my life 20 years ago. And she said, but it's not the same agency. It was called WAVE. And I said, well, that was our previous name for domestic violence services here.
Gary, thank you. Appreciate being with you this morning. We'll talk more with you coming up 9 o'clock on The Blend. Right now, though, we'll send it back to you in the studio on this Monday morning. All right, welcome back here. Remedies Renewing Lives. Got Laurie with us. And for folks who might need your services, first of all, what all do you cover here at Remedies?
Okay, at Remedies, we cover domestic violence. We have a 62-bed domestic violence shelter. You can call that hotline 24 hours a day. They also have outpatient services for advocacy. So if they want to go outpatient, you don't need to be in the shelter, but you can also receive advocacy services. We also here at our Rockford site do intensive outpatient and outpatient treatment. We have a methadone clinic, and we have our mobile MAR unit. So those services go every day. So Monday through Saturday, we have our methadone clinic open, and IOP runs 3 days a week. From actually on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, we have morning groups and evening groups, so we're here to 8 p.m. on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. We also have gambling services, so we provide gambling here in Rockford and in Belvedere. So we do gambling assessments, we do gambling groups, we do individuals, depending on what the need of that client. So we do those services. We have what we call the START program, which is for our pregnant and postpartum women. We have doulas, which is very exciting for us, and a recovery coach attached to that. The doula follows them through their pregnancy. They can go to the hospital if they choose, and they follow them through their delivery. So we've had several clean babies that way, and recovery's possible for them.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. We'll chat more here at Remedies coming up in just a few minutes. We'll send it back into you. Yeah, Remedies Renewing Lives. They do great things here in our community. We've got Gary with us. Let's talk about what your mission is here in the State Line area.
Our mission is primarily twofold. One is to provide domestic violence services. Actually, there's a phone number 24/7 that you can reach out to if you're in a domestic violence situation and need to talk to somebody and need to be getting immediate help. You can call that number and we can direct you how do you get here for services. The other part is substance abuse treatment, and we specialize with opioid treatment, and that's people that are experiencing problems because of either use of heroin, fentanyl, other opioid-related drugs. And our methadone program currently has about 400 people in that service.
Also gambling addiction too.
Yeah, we also do gambling treatment here, and the whole idea of gambling treatments or substance abuse treatment, we're not saying that people shouldn't gamble, we're not saying that people shouldn't drink, it's when it creates problems in your life. And that's what we're here for, is providing treatment for somebody that is experiencing problems because of what's going on as far as their life being out of control of gambling, or the idea of if their life's out of control because of the use of alcohol.
Let's talk about your mobile unit. We had an opportunity to tour that earlier this morning. What does that do here in our community, Gary?
Right now, we've been licensed for about 2 months, and that was the process with DEA. I mentioned earlier this morning that we were experiencing issues with a clinic in Galena being closed and people having to come to Rockford, which is an hour-and-a-half drive. Now, with having this vehicle, we can look at potentially going to Galena. We're partnering with Rosecrans and a lot of their outpatient facilities and also their inpatient facilities that will actually go to their sites when people need to be using methadone for treatment.
Let's talk about your big golf fundraiser that's coming up the beginning of June, and this is going to be big for you.
Yeah, June 4th is our 19th annual golf outing. It's at Aldine. There's a luncheon at noon. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock. It's a good time, and reality is the money we make at this event helps support services for people who can't afford services.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Again, Remedies Renewing Lives. Check out their website or give them a call.